Sometimes choosing the wrong composition can ruin your day. In situations like this, where I have amazing skies in one direction and maybe not in the other, but the composition is really at the other end, we have to make tough choices. And sometimes we make the wrong choice. Well, I usually say follow the light. And I think that's probably a good rule in that if you follow the light, it usually lends itself to the best composition. Maybe not the best composition, but you have the best chance of getting a good composition with the right light. Let's just say a good composition under the right lighting can be a great composition. And I'm kind of faced with a dilemma. I think the light is in one direction, but in the other direction is the composition that I really want to capture. So I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to stick with the composition and see what I can get. Now, I only have limited time. Sunset is maybe 20 minutes away, and well, I could run in the other direction and go towards the light, and maybe that's what I should do. But you know, it's landscape photography is all about choices, so I think I'm going to stick this one out. So with the sunset in the opposite direction, and it looks like I've got more cloud texture in the opposite direction too, but I'm hoping the wind's kind of blowing in this direction, and I'm hoping that it blows over some clouds and lights those up and gives me a red sky. And I think that'll fill in this gap right here that just kind of makes it's like a void in the image. I really don't like it. So I'm really looking at a sunrise image on this tomorrow, and I think the light is going to come in and really light up the surface of the rock and the trees and really make those pop. But if I could get some good cloud texture tomorrow morning and some color, I think that could be a really fantastic image. But anyway, only time will tell. I'll have to wait this out and see if I made the right choice or the wrong choice. Yeah, it's really looking like I made the wrong choice. The cloud coverage over here is much better. And although the wind is blowing in this direction, I think, you know, there are a couple of compositions up on top of the rock surface up here on top of Robbers Cave, and I could really line that up. But I've shot those before under pretty good lighting conditions. In fact, I'll show that image right here. And I really like this image, and I really had a great sky. But, you know, I'm really looking for a different composition. And I had seen this composition this morning, and I really want to capture this image here. And I like the diagonal lines here, but I need a filler right there. And it looks like I'm just not going to get it. So, yeah, I probably made the wrong choice. But, you know, landscape photography is all about choices. And we choose our lenses, our gear, our camera bodies. We choose the locations, the time that we're going to be at these locations. And sometimes we really don't get a lot of choices, or we don't get the choices that we always want. We have to make the most of what we have. I would say this, that this is probably the best rule, is follow the light, but also pick a composition and stay with it. And I think if you start shifting back and forth, especially when it gets down to the final minutes like it is right now, you know what? You've made your choice, and you just have to live with it and hope for the best. There's always next time. It's all about the experience, and I've said that before many times, and it truly is. I'm here at Robbers Cave in Oklahoma. It's beautiful weather, and I'm behind my camera, and I'm really enjoying myself, and I'm outdoors, and I'm smelling fresh air. It doesn't get any better than this. One thing I would say is that, and I've said this before, it's never over till it's over. So enjoy the evening, relax, look around, scope out other compositions for later, and just enjoy the moment. And I think that's where I'm at right now. Well, truly, I don't think the light's going to do anything anywhere, so it really doesn't matter. Maybe I saved myself a trek to the top of Robbers Cave. So anyway, I'll leave you with some images that I had captured earlier this morning of this composition. I'm going to be back. I'll be back in the morning to hopefully seal the deal. Well, that's it. I'm out of here. Hey, if you like this video, you might like another video that I posted. Certainly if you're interested in film, and I'll leave a link to that in the end in the video description. Anyway, got to get out of here. But if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if I don't see you down the road, I hope to see you on the trail somewhere.
This is the image I captured earlier. The warm light on the trees and the dappled light on the rock surface draw the eye's attention, but something is missing in this image. I feel it lacks overall balance. Don't get me wrong, I think this is a nice image, but there's a void in the sky that throws it out of balance. I captured this image shortly before sunset. It's almost the same composition, except a few clouds have filled the void in the sky, providing a subtle contrast and textured appearance. Regardless, as you can see, the image lacks the warm light necessary to illuminate the trees and provide separation. Everything just blends together. Also, there's no dappled light to provide the much-needed contrast to the rock formations. Frankly, this is a very typical and mundane image. Without light, and if we're being honest with ourselves, the image lacks depth and is merely plain, and it's just uninteresting. Lastly, this is the image I captured the following day. Note the illumination of the trees and the warm, dappled light on the rock surface. The clouds in the sky provide contrast and a textured appearance to fill the void in the otherwise empty blue sky. Light performs like a yellow highlighter on a piece of paper. Moreover, it draws the viewer's attention like a sign on a street corner reading, "Turn here." Indeed, light acts like a brushstroke on a painter's canvas. A landscape photographer uses light to provide depth, focus points, contrast, and separation, or to emphasize areas of interest to differentiate between the extraordinary and the mundane. Indeed, it's for these reasons that we landscape photographers follow the light.